Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't know.
Hi.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We're Fateful Encounters. No, we're not. We are Feywild and
Wait a
Out.
minute.
Wow, that was a I have said that for 2 years. Listen, I've said that for 2 years. Shit happens. We are Feywild and Out.
We are
Welcome in,
Quest
friends.
Vault. Wow.
Yeah, we're Quest Fault. Shit happens.
Yeah.
We are Feywild and Out. Glad to have you guys. Whoa! I know, my bad. It happens. It's like, I have a story now. One time I worked at Whataburger and I worked at an Italian restaurant. And I was working at the Italian restaurant and I went to the table and I said, will that be for here or to go? And the guy was like, well, I hope for here. And it cracked me up so much. But hello, we're Critical Role. Sued. Fair enough. Welcome, everybody. We are Feywild and Out. So glad that you guys are here with us. Hello, hello. We have this lovely band of characters with us today. But my name's Jen. I'm your DM. Talk with me. How about who are you? How are you? I'll go George, because you're not paying attention. Hey, got him.
I am paying attention.
Wow.
I'm George. I was just trying to quietly adjust my voice off screen while other people were talking about things, but now you brought attention to it, and I have to take control of the situation. This is your fault, Jen.
You did
This is your fault. Hi, I'm George
Everything's
W.
my
Ambush,
fault.
and I am going to be playing Fungi for you today. A melee druid who is just, you know, so wholesome and sweet, and you're gonna love them if you don't know them. You know who else is wholesome and sweet? Sparrow.
I was gonna say you're wrong to pick me, but that is what it is. Hello, I am probably your favorite burb on the internet. You can call me a Black Sparrow. I am an entertainer, Twitch streamer, etc., etc. I will be playing Hash Ladoon Harley Hedonist today. She is a human warlock who is more or less the opposite of what George said. And yeah, so that's gonna be a really good time. I think you're really gonna like her. If you don't know, if you haven't been around or anything, and if you are already around, then you probably already do like her. Speaking of people that we like, here's Suddenly a Hero.
Hey. Hey, everybody. Suddenly a hero.
Hey.
Playing Rogar Redfang, the half-orc barbarian, barbarian fighter, and is a lovable character. You know, light in brains but heavy in heart, and to delve deeper mysteries of this lovable golden retriever soon on Feywild and Out.
Hell yeah. Well, you guys, we don't have too much to discuss today, but we do want to talk about our Patreon. George, if you want to take the lead on that.
Yeah, if you want some exclusive, timed exclusive content from us, and some behind the scenes stuff. Some of it is exclusive, but most of the videos you will find on our YouTube. Check out our YouTube also. But if you want to see them in advance, some like talks between us and guests, if we have guests, or just us talking about what we think is going on with the campaign, what we think is going on with each other's characters, kind of some conversations about maybe some inspiration. We've got playlists for the characters. We've got the concept art, our mood boards for the characters. Exclusive TM, exclusive for 30 days TM, exclusive. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so go check out the Patreon. It helps us out a lot because we don't have to give Daddy Bezos any money, any cut of the money. So if you spend $5, we get most of that $5. Whereas on here,
You gotta pay
you know,
Daddy Patreon.
we do. We got a kick. We got a kick. I think it's like 7 cents on the dollar.
We have so many daddies to pay.
We do. We
Daddy.
truly do.
Sparrow's like, I'm scratching my back. I'm done.
Yes, but Patreon's a great way to help us out and to support us and to get something in return. And we're also cooking up some other stuff for that will help help you and help us. You'll get something, and we'll get something, and
You are making that a very long.
it's just a little
something
something
there and something here.
something for you. Well, you scratch our back, we scratch yours.
Guys, we are thinking about putting out some merch. We're not in a rush though. We definitely want the designs to be good, something that you guys would like, and maybe things that people can wear even if they aren't following us, like sort of like a brand clothing line, or along with things that I don't know, we don't know, but we want ideas from you guys. If you would like some merch, things like that, talk with us about it in our Discord. We would love to have ideas, concept arts, things that you might like from us. But yeah, of course, the typical, the old t-shirts and mugs, stickers and whatnot. But yeah, please join our Discord. Either way, we would love to have you, whether you're talking about merch, D&D, or posting memes during the games. We always love that whenever people are being engaged with posting about what's actively happening in the Discord. Super fun. But I think that's all we wanted to talk about. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it?
Sounds like everything.
Generally, yeah. I mean, we should also discuss that we have two lovely people that normally play with us. So if you are viewing this and you chose to start here, recommend that you go back and listen to a recap or go to an earlier episode. But the lovely Jade Valkyrie, they play Amara, who is an adorably sweet but lethal. Remind me of her. I can't remember. Is
Shifter.
Yeah, Shifter. Thank you. I was like, and then Pond plays Mistmera. They are also They have stepped out for the day. But yeah, so if you're looking at the thing in the upper left and you're like, wait, there's two characters that didn't get talked about. They'll be back. Don't you sweat it.
There's space here and space here, and I'm
Jen
all
is
alone up
alone
here
up top.
above the group of players, but that's okay. All right. Well, we might as well hop into it. Do you guys remember what we did last time? You want to talk about a little recap, string of thought, what went on? Who would ever like to start?
We got back from our escapades at the Goblin camp, and we were back in the village, and we were kind of discussing whether we were going to go towards the healing or excuse me, go and save Hawkfeather's mother, and we kind of made the decision to go towards Hawkfeather's mother, and then shit happened. Go ahead, anyone.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, we were heading off to the Goblin camp, right? And to go end the Goblin threat. Along the way, we stumbled across a wagon. I think it was a wagon, right? That had been it was overturned. Anyways, there was stuff. It was all strewn. We found a little box inside of it. Mist shook the fancy box, and revealed that inside there was a little fairy, broken wings as a result, and
who was also paralyzed.
Yep.
And then, but they quickly healed it, and then we found a picture in the cart also that had some necromancers, I think. Play it later. When we decided to continue on, and then stepped into a snare trap, and the bodies of the necromancers fell down on the other end of the pulley system, and we went up, launched into the trees. Had to get out. Everybody came up with their own creative ways. Some of us turned into squirrels. Some of us jumped. We all found our own way to get down to the ground.
Who got stuck? I'm sorry.
Everybody but H.
We all. I was. You know what? Sorry. Almost all of us, except for Triple H, who gloated at the bottom, and but did save. Who did you end up catching?
I caught Amara.
Okay.
as a fox.
Yes. Yeah, Amara turned into a fox, managed to
I
her way out.
I've not had any issues with their names until that moment. I wanted to say Mistmera, but
That's
the new
cute
shipping.
sounding though.
Yeah.
Ship name.
I like it.
I think we need a triple mist happen.
Miss Mara.
A little triple mist. You're like, But
Mr.
yeah.
Dune.
We ended up getting out, ended up landing
Mhm.
one way or another, and then out barreling from the trees was a giant troll. At us, and Bear, do you want to pick it up from there?
We thought the troll was gonna come and try and butter our buns, and we said we like them unbuttered for this particular situation. So we started fighting him, and then people's sense took over, and we realized that that through the talents of one Rogar and also some talent from Amara, that the troll was not trying to fight, but he just wanted to, or they just wanted to defend themselves since they were being attacked. So we stopped, and then we had a conversation, and then they started heading back from whence they came, and that is where we left off.
Yeah. You guys were
RPG
left.
Barbie, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. You guys are in the forest, as you were last time. So the troll had started barreling kind of off. He said the last things you guys remember him saying were that he was lost, that his family was up on the mountain, and that he just kind of doesn't know where he is. And then he said that there was magic happening, and then started barreling off angrily towards the edge of the island, which is where you guys, through history checks and things, have gathered that there is possibly some followers of the Mad God that still remain in that area, or maybe even still uphold the original Mad God Tower. You're unsure. But Amara, who knew, peaced out and went back to warn the Tabaxi Village with Hawkfeather and Art of Shadows and all of them. And Mist went along with them in the event that any danger would happen along the way. And you guys were going to meet back up once you guys decide what you were going to do. But you're kind of left at a crossroads. You came out here originally because you cared for the Tabaxi Village and the fact that they were kind of being rampaged by goblins and things of the like. And Hawkfeather notified you guys of their location, but hasn't gone there because he's been too scared. And now you're kind of faced with possibly being met, possibly meeting the wizard that took you guys from your sleep and plopped you into puzzle rooms and weird events and then plopped you guys onto an ocean. You don't really know where your feelings lie, but at this point in time, you are standing in that same kind of thermometer-shaped clearing of grass, along with trees on the outside, and the troll that had barreled in is barreling away, and you still haven't located the direct location of the goblin, I guess, chambers. But what do you... And that falls onto you.
Well, that was a fucking time and a half. So, what now?
Telling me. A little bit worse for wear, but still good enough to fight.
All right. Well, let's see. I have never been known for being good at this whole surviving in the woods thing, so I'm going to take a wild stab and say wherever he is headed, Goblin's probably not that way. But we do have the whole situation where we let him walk away and we didn't ask about the other traps. So that's going to be a big fun time, yeah?
That is... Rogar looks nervously up at the trees. We should probably be On the lookout for those.
Yeah, it seems like you, by the look on your face, don't want to revisit the thing that you just happened, like an hour ago.
I could do without it.
What about you, Fungi? You want to go on the tree riding express ride, whatever you want to call it again?
We do not hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
You're not making any sound. Uh-oh, uh-oh. No sound at all. Fungi is just sitting and staring, and you see like the little reset button happen inside, like the light in his mouth kind of
like
fades, and then
like a router reset, like how
Yeah.
it has to like power up.
little pairing,
Okay.
little
okay.
flashes as it's pairing. Fungi's rebooting.
Fun Butt is
still
rebooting, according to Buttspot.
Wait a minute.
Can you guys hear me when
Yes.
my effects are off?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can hear you now.
Seems to be taking it pretty hard as
Buttspot.
well.
This is
All
good.
right. Well, I'm going to say we go in, and she just like kind of just like points forward towards the troll, and then just like swings her arm to the right, that way. But if you want to overrule me, that's totally fine.
Well, we were trying to find the goblins, right? This...
Right?
Oh. Perhaps we can find some tracks around here. There was this, the wagon tracks, is that what we were following before?
It was.
Led you to where you are right now.
Let us see if we can find any footprints or goblin feet around here. Perhaps it could point us in a direction.
So you're kind of looking for goblin tracks, looking
Yeah.
for tracks in general.
Yeah.
Okay. H, do you help or do you kind of just wait?
She's not very good at the whole like tracking
fair.
survival situation, so she probably would kind of like, give it the old like college try, but she's not.
Right.
All right.
She's gonna like look around. But I mean, I'll roll if you want to. I don't. mind
No.
rolling.
You are fine.
Fungi will kind of like motion towards where their mouth would be, indicating that they're unable to speak at the moment. But they will
Well, that's just
assist
fucking
you.
perfect.
In fact, they're typically when they like speak, their mouth kind of like glows with a bit of a light. There's nothing. There's like no like they seem to be like motioning, and they do that like characteristic head tilt
Yeah.
when they look as if they're speaking. They're clearly trying to communicate to you, but they're unable to. And they just like reach their slender robotic fingers in and pull out a mushroom and like toss it on the ground, and they're like trying to clear
It's
the
growing into your
passageway.
mouth.
And
That's a-
and so they're just like, as they're like trying to figure out which way the tracks lead, they'll help you out, but they're multitasking.
Okay. So you guys gathered that I guess mushrooms kind of grew over the course of a few minutes, which could possibly lead to some danger for fungi in general. But Rogar, you gather this information and then you start looking around. So let's roll a survival check.
With advantage or not?
I would say since Triple H is not proficient, just normal. But Triple H can also roll a survival check if you would like to.
Yeah, sure, why not? It'll be a fun time had by all.
Yay.
Well, how about a dirty 20?
We love a
Nice, 'cause
dirty
mine
20.
was a 4, so I'm so glad that you helped.
Walking around kind of this open clearing, you guys are looking in the trees and you see, you see the mangled body that is kind of up in that immediate tree above you that you escaped the trap from. You don't locate any specific goblin feet trails. You're kind of looking and seeing, and then Triple H, you actually kind of look and you point, and you see another rope dangling over a different set of trees. And you located another trap.
Check.
Hello.
We're getting
Mushroom.
fungi. He's coming back.
Nope, not anymore. But
Lost him again.
but you located another trap.
Okay, well, and she does that bit where like somebody puts their hands out to be like holding people back, but like they're not even like close to her. So like she's like, hold on. Then she like looks behind. Well, anyway.
I think I've cleared my voice of whatever was ailing me.
Fungi,
Do you
you're back with
understand me?
us.
Glad to be back.
Fungi just has a clump of mushrooms that are like in his hand from taking them out of your mouth slot.
So there's another trap. So like I was saying, don't want to walk over that.
Yes, we should. I agree. Definitely avoid those. You did not see any goblin tracks though.
Can I also roll on that?
Sure. You've cleared your
Moving
mouth hole.
around at the speed of survival. Gonna +1 my rolls.
Gotta keep moving on. There's goblins ahead.
18.
Only one
19.
way to find out. All right. You, as well, you kind of notice Triple H put their arms out in that hold on. But you guys aren't close to each other, so it's kind of funny that they're saying hold on to like an empty space. And your eyes linger and do find a different trap. You guys notice together that leading out from this thermometer-shaped floor area that you're in, there's traps everywhere, but no goblin tracks that you're trying to locate at least. They're all the same kind of trap.
Okay. So you had us roll dexterity on them prior, right?
Yes.
So it would stand to reason that if we were quick enough, we could set them off without being caught in the trap.
You can try.
Because we were going at a walking pace before,
Correct.
so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Longstrider on myself
Okay.
and try and just dash through.
What does your long
Actually,
strider spell look like when you cast it?
You see kind of a fungi kind of grabs their staff at the center, which is, I believe, no longer glowing and letting off spores. Yeah. So it just looks like a big, long, mossy, kind of gross-looking piece of wood, and they kind of raise it up. And as they do, kind of this, it almost looks like the shimmer of heat on top of a faraway road, but it's just pure energy being pulled from the earth as they kind of get down into runner's stance and just take off. And
Okay.
it's just this slim robot just sprinting through the woods.
And how fast are you moving with Longstrider?
So I believe it increases my speed by 10 feet, and then so I'm dashing. So I'm
You're
going
dashing.
80.
Okay, then you can utilize advantage for some dex saves, depending on how many traps you're trying to set off. And it's funny because while Triple H has their arms out, at almost the same time, you just have this bolt of fungi just pass your fingertips right towards the trap.
So on the first one, I get a 19. How many are there?
How many are there? How far are you running?
How many traps do I see?
You located one in front of you and one behind you. But you can, like, go in a circle, I suppose. So you can roll another dex with advantage.
Okay. Off, but I don't think it matters. 21.
Okay. So with finesse, fungi just kind of is picked up like with the earth and is moving through these traps, making a circle around the group. And you see these traps get sprung, these leaves and dirt just ploofing out, and these bodies of various things falling to the floor because there's no weight to equal it out. So these already decomposing bodies slam to the floor as the traps lift into the air and like more dust is brought up. The same thing happening behind you, additional bodies slamming behind you. So now you have 9 different corpses on the floor, all varying races, ages, genders.
Okay. Fungi is gonna go ahead and take the ball of of fungus that they pulled out of their cavity in their face, and is gonna kind of use those to sprinkle spores over all the corpses.
Okay. So, Triple H and Rogar, as these bodies hit the floor, fungi just starts sprinkling spores on the bodies behind you guys.
You know that Danny DeVito meme where he's just shaking his head? Nope, 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 nope. That's Triple H right now. She's nope, no, trying to get the fuck out.
What is Triple H? What are you feeling when you're trying to get the fuck away from? The bodies or fungi?
The bodies. He's like, she knows that the trap that was. I'll put it this way. She knows that the trap that caused the whole issue last session is like right behind her, so she knows that she's clear to like step back in that space.
Yeah.
So she's backing away from the situation.
Okay. Rogar.
Well, that is, I guess that is one way to do it. Did the troll make all of this?
I have to assume that if it wasn't him specifically, it was him and whoever else he was pairing up with for quote unquote how did he so scholarly put it? Meat.
It
Yes.
surprises me. It didn't just people, right?
I don't know if you remember this, but he said it was not enough meat.
That gives me
What
other
was that
concerns,
surprise?
but
Oh yes, I am with you on the long list of concerns, but I'm just telling you what the fuck the man said, okay?
so
Poor s'mores.
Fun guy, are you taking care of them then, eh?
Yes, they've been taken care of.
That is it is. Shall we proceed?
I guess.
Michelle,
Okay.
Lead the way.
Where did you guys decide to go? Continuing with the goblins, or are you following the troll? What was that decision there?
I believe we're following the goblins, but
Goblins. Okay.
We talked about
Great.
last time.
Yeah. Great. So, as you guys kind of walk and talk, you find yourself breaking through a lot of new ground, and trying to follow the moss-given path that Amara has beaten into your head. Thank you for the gift on Steam, Arkline. Wow. Great timing. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're busting through a lot of new ground and finding yourself kind of trudging through longer and taller grass. You're not finding any traps because you're not hanging upside down. And you begin to hear the sound of some water. And if you remember from the beginning of your trail, there was some water that was leading into a goblin camp. That you guys completely destroyed. There was fire moss in that water, and you guys were walking away from the water, following Hawkfeather's directions. So let's make some survival checks again, and see if we can have some easy time locating this water without the lovely Amara around.
Natural
So
20.
saith the dice, dirty 20.
22.
That's 2 for 2. For
This is
girl.
nature?
It is. Yes.
Oh,
No.
survival
You could do
or-
nature if you're. Yeah, I
Oh,
said survival, but you could do
survival.
nature since you're proficient in it. I think, right?
I'm proficient in both. 9.
Cool.
I rolled a 3, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So with like ease, you guys recognize the basic knowledge that trees get thicker the closer that they are to rivers, and the water is obviously getting louder as you get closer to it. So you guys follow the way, and you find yourself kind of in this long stretch water. From the left, it's almost endless. To the right, almost endless. But inside this water, Triple H and Rogar, you guys see those same plumes, kind of sea urchin type plumes of the fire moss that Amara had. So you can recognize that this water is at least the one that they have been using to traverse to their various camps.
She will relay that information to Fungi.
Well, how do you suppose that we approach?
Well, I know I'm not touching that sheet.
Great. I don't think we need to touch it, though. Around
Never
it.
been known for a long memory, but I watched what that shit can do. No, thank you.
I see. We go quietly upon them.
I mean, that's the hope, yeah. But I don't know how to traverse this stuff without, or I don't remember. See, like I said, no long memory without getting hurt ourselves. So,
Get a perception check from everyone.
Perhaps we follow it, but don't walk through it.
18?
11.
Okay. Fungi, as Triple H and Rogar are kind of discussing over how they want to progress. Do you want to walk up? Do you want to cross the river? Do you want to use the river? Fungi, looking in the distance, you see a small tip of a boat kind of coming through this river, bobbing, and you see one single goblin on it, and he's sweating trying to get this boat down the river by himself, and it's like a 5-passenger canoe type boat, and he's just rowing with all his might, little tiny arms.
Boat.
The boat.
Boat.
And they point up, I'm assuming, what is upstream.
How wide is this river?
I would say it's about 20 feet across. Like, you would definitely have to swim if you wanted to get across it. And it's fairly deep. You don't see the bottom just by looking in.
I may want to engage in some shenanigans.
Oh. I think we find our
So-
way across the river.
throw you across the river.
No, I think we found our way across the river.
Oh,
It would never.
said something about throw you.
Hey,
I
never.
thought you said throw you across the river. I was in disbelief that you would think that possible.
Perhaps we should hide a little bit.
Or we could jump onto the boat.
Like, jump onto the boat.
Jump onto the boat.
That could end up destroying the boat.
What if we just destroy the goblin instead?
I don't imagine I'm too effective from far away, unfortunately.
Rogar,
Fuck all this!
Rogar pulled out his longbow.
This approximately 130 feet away. Like, it's not quite focused on you. You can see he has a little visor on made of straw, and he's got one ear poking out the top and one going out the bottom. And he's just a skinny little lad. And you pull out your longbow as he's fuck everything! They left me alone!
Wait, hold on. He's upset with the other goblins. Maybe we could do something with this.
Rogar releases the tension, the bow.
He's upset with them. We could maybe say we will fuck them up for him. You feel what I am saying?
Yes, that is a good plan. Do
Okay.
you want to talk to him?
Here. Yes, I will talk to him. You get ready if he decides he wants to have a little bit of a rumble, yes?
That I can do.
As the boat, as the boat kind of begins to approach closer, it's moving relatively fast, as it seems like he's moving against the current. He's just, hey, who are you guys? Hey, oh wait. He backs up as he starts to row the other direction.
Hold on.
I have something I think you will really be interested in.
What do you mean?
In the background, Fungi's staff is suddenly covered in mushrooms. Eyes start to glow. The spores start to rain down. I believe that lasts for 10 minutes. So I'll just be standing in the back, ready to pounce.
Is that Shillelagh?
No, that's symbiotic entity.
Okay. He's kind of like waiting in place. What do you mean you got something for me?
If I say Mistmera, fire, okay?
I can do.
Okay. So Triple H is going to hold her hands up. She's like, I don't want to hurt you, but I couldn't help but overhear you were having a bit of a problem, and I think I may be able to help you.
That's not stuff. That's not shinies. What do you need?
I need some answers, and I am willing to give you some gold for it.
Chinese. Roll a perception check. Oh, sorry, persuasion check.
Oh, yes. Good. My strengths. How about a 21?
Ooh.
Oh, I can go for some gold. And he starts rowing against the current again as he's getting closer to you, but it's like half speed, like because he's going up current. How much? How much gold? How much?
Slowly, like, reaches and grab. Let me see how much gold she got. Oh, she got like 225 gold. So she pulls up like her whole pouch and is like, if I like the information, there's a lot of shinies in here.
Call off your mushroom man. Call him off.
Like looks at Fungi and is like,
Okay.
I've not been told on.
Listen, he is just concerned for my safety, so you don't have to worry about him as long as we can just have a conversation, okay?
Okay, he's really shiny. I want a piece of that body. I'm on my way.
I have to imagine, Fungi, that's the first time someone has said that to you.
Laughing at George's face. It's me. It's also this goblin. Here.
So she like puts her pouch back, but and then she puts her hands back in the air.
Are those the spores that killed the... Ah, wait. Oh, wait. Starts backing up. That's bad information. Wait. Are you guys the people who killed everyone?
No. I don't know what you're talking about. We just happened to come from that direction, and then we saw a big old troll. We ran this way. Now I want to know something from you.
Okay. So deception with advantage, because you kind of told a half lie there.
Got it. That is an 18.
Okay. He starts getting closer. He's like 30 feet from you now. Like, he's getting there, but it's taking a minute. And as he gets closer, you could just see, like, the leanest little muscles on this little rower. And he's just a little jacked, skinny man's. But he has, like, the longest neck and the pointiest features. His chin goes out farther than the rest of his face and almost comes to a direct point. And he's got a nose that curls outward and almost touches the chin. He's a very like interesting goblin face, and he's got the roan buff exactly. I'm come to collect the bodies, but I mean, if there's more money involved in giving you talkings, I can do that. And he
Collecting the bodies.
That's a great question. We can start with that one. What did you mean by collecting the bodies?
as he kind of slams the rose into like the water, you can see that he's holding them there with sheer strength to get the waters just kind of like raising upward on the boat, but not going into the boat or pushing the boat backwards. And he just oh well, all the dead goblins, I'm going down that way.
Oh, so what are you going to do with these dead goblins?
I've got the space. Points to the back of the boat, which has like 4 rows because he's sitting in the 5th one. And you know, just take them.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Oh well, I'll just take them to the master.
So where exactly is the master?
Oh, if I say that, then I get in trouble. You see him kind of raise the rowboat. He like floats back like 5 feet as he's in the water.
You want the shinies? You've already asked a couple of questions, but I can't give them if you leave, so...
I do like the shinies.
Hey, I don't even know your name, so it's not like I'm going to be like, hey, this is John the Goblin. He told us all this information. Like, come on, man.
Is my name John? I don't have a name.
Know. The point is I don't know who you are, so there's no way for me to tell. I don't know. Okay.
Is their name John? Is your name John?
I don't know. Is my name John?
Yes.
Okay.
John,
Listen,
it's John.
Yes, your name is John, okay? So, great, all right? But I'm not going to tell anybody you told us this information, okay? Listen.
John.
Because if
John. I'm
she just,
John.
She just like stops to like
he's going on a moment. He's just going and saying his name and he's like, that feels good. Yeah.
He, like,
totally.
Looks in the sky, like pretending to like time out like what time it is. To be like just waiting. Okay,
all right, well now is the newly appointed John. I am now a free goblin and ready to help you. Because I can do that if I want to.
You are free. You can do whatever you like.
Well, within reason. But yes,
All right,
Now I can
well-
go back and tell Master that my name is John, and that I can tell him to fuck off. He might kill me,
We have a better.
but I can do it.
You could do it.
We have a better idea.
What's your better idea?
Instead of you going to the master and pretending and wondering and fantasizing about telling him to fuck off, we could go kill him. And I don't mean you, I mean us.
Oh.
We could go kill him, and then you don't have to worry about him ever again. You got a name out of it, you get some shinies. What else do you have to lose, huh?
There are shinies, and I don't get any shinies. I don't get any shinies.
I'm just saying.
It is a
John
pretty
the
good
Like a pretty
Shiny.
good deal for you.
John the Shiny. Ha! I could rule this jungle. Let's roll another persuasion check, because he's just fantasizing about the possibilities of having 25 gold.
It's a 19.
It is. Mm.
You let your girl talk, she gonna roll a lot of high numbers. I'm just
No, that's good. That's you using your
Yeah.
using your stuff. Fine. But if I'm not involved, then it's fine.
like I
How
said,
you
I'm
gonna
not
get there?
asking you to do anything.
I have to go collect the bodies in my boat.
Right. Oh, okay, that's great. You will go that way, and we will go in the direction of your master, and then we'll,
Well, it's like a whole day's travel.
How far is it? Boat.
This is my boat.
It is. John
we
the
didn't
Shiny.
say
It
how
is.
far is it on your boat. We said how far is it on a boat. There is a difference.
Right. John the Shiny, not so smart. Okay. Well, I think that it takes at least one moon. Right?
Like the moon going down and then coming back up again, or a
No.
whole. Oh, even longer then.
No, that's too long. That's like 4 moons.
Like one day, one night, right?
Does
Like,
anyone speak Goblin?
I don't think she does, unfortunately. Nope,
Negative.
only Infernal.
Okay, then he's just saying the word moon to you in common.
Okay, so the moon going down, the sun coming up, and then the moon coming back up again is too long.
Yeah, that's 4 moons.
Okay, all right.
Too long.
I
Only
can-
one moon. It
I
takes
can
one
work with
moon. You can eat before and after, and you know.
Okay, I can work with that. But do we follow the water, or do we have to stop? We can't fuck up the master that you're talking about if you just give us a vague one moon that way.
Yeah, one moon that way. Points behind him where the water is going. That's what you said to say. One moon that way.
Actually,
But now,
you have to.
no,
be a
maybe I
little
could
bit-
be John the Shiny Boatman.
I like it.
to be a
John
boatman,
the Shiny Boat.
to be a
man.
boatman, you would have to boat people around. What is the boatman?
Live people specifically. You don't want to be John the Shiny Dead Boatman.
No, but I am John the Shiny Boatman, dead body carrier.
She doesn't like it. She's like, I like it.
I like it too. Why is your mushroom raining?
He is determining how many shinies I should give you based on how helpful I think your information is. The more mushrooms come down, the more shinies or the less shinies you get. So, I'm keeping an eye.
Deception check. What?
Oh.
That's a thing? Mushroom tell time? How many moons does each mushroom fall?
22.
That's a lot. That's probably 7 moons. Oh my
No.
gosh.
How about you? But I rolled a 22. So
He's my preference.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I rolled a 22.
It would be a lot faster if we took it.
Not my boat.
Oh, unless
Unless you join John the Shiny Boatman Dead Body Carriers Boat Brigade. We
was-
can be pirates. It's always been my
I mean,
dream.
There would be more shinies involved if we joined you than if I just gave you what you know, for the information.
Mhm.
Then, you could see like she's pretending like the light bulb has gone off. I have the best idea. You can take us to the master, we fuck them up, and then you take his place. And she is batting the eyelashes.
John the Shiny
Got her
Boatman
she's got like her
carries dead
like her
bodies.
biceps
and
pressed
also the
together a little
master.
bit to the window, upper chest window, squishing
Mhm.
up a little bit, like leaned over, really batting her eyelashes. I bet there's a lot of positive attention in shinies in that plan.
I think that I could be John the Shiny Boatman who carries dead people and also the master, and anyone who doesn't call me exactly that can be murdered and put at the stake.
What do you think,
Practice!
Rogar?
Kind of points at you with a row, and you see the boat kind of going backwards as he points the row at you.
Said John the shiny boatman who carries dead bodies and is also the master, and whoever doesn't call you exactly that will be murdered and put at the stake.
I like you guys. You can get on my boat now as a crew.
Yes.
Well,
All right.
You're a part of
so-
the crew.
I'm so happy I learned common.
we
All
are
right.
we are happy.
Fungi,
to-
you can stop the mushroom thing. We will pay you when we arrive.
What? Half now, half later. You know how this works.
All right. And she hands him 25 gold.
All right. Goblin takes a pouch of 25 gold. He shoves it right in the front of his little pants. And he's got a little bulge of gold coins. And he sits down in his rowboat and... Get on!
All right, I guess
Right.
we are off then.
I cannot turn the mushroom off.
Fungi steps onto the boat, still just raining spores.
There's a little, like, fairy circle where you left where you were standing. And the little fairy that was kind of following Fungi is, like, sitting in the fairy circle. And then
I thought
sees that you're, like,
the fairy
leaving.
went with
Yeah, that's what they went with.
Mistmera
Did they? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they chose Fungi because of the
or
mushrooms.
Amara. Oh, right.
Mhm.
Right.
The mushrooms reminded them of home, is what Fungi got out of her.
Right.
Right then,
So,
let us set
it's the li-
sail. huh?
Estelle, are you staying here or are you coming with us?
Oh. You see her kind of walk into the boat, sit underneath the spore falling of Fungi,
All right.
like
Well,
putting her head in and out of
Another
it.
one to the crew.
What is that? John the Shiny Boatman who carries all the dead bodies and is the master. Singing his own little song. Takes you guys back to the kind of wreckage that you guys just came from. And he kind of pulls up the boat onto the floor, and you see the mushrooms that had been like planted in the body is like spread even further. Most of the camp has been kind of covered in these little mushrooms, and John, the shiny boatman who carries all the dead bodies, he gets out of the boat and he kind of leaves you guys in there, and he's just talking to himself as he's going about. He's like grabbing one of the bodies and like ripping them almost seamlessly. Who is also the master. Like ripping them from these mushroom like coffins essentially. And you see that they've decomposed quite a lot for like 2 days of being under these mushrooms. And you see some of the body parts that were kind of ripped by the mushrooms. You see him grabbing all of them, and he's just tossing body pieces at you guys in the boat. Make space! Make space!
Fungi does not move. Just
Triple H is Muhammad Ali. She is dodging every one of these like
boat pieces or body
not
pieces.
Interested.
Well, with an entire camp's worth of body pieces kind of burying you guys' legs in the boat, John the shiny boatman who carries the dead bodies, gets back into the boat. Okay, well, ready? You guys are gonna meet the master. The master's gonna decide if you're gonna live, and then also me. But then you guys said you're gonna kill the master, and I'm gonna be the master. And he starts rowing like really fast, like he's going with the current now, and it's picked up speed, and he's rowing the whole time. You guys, the little body pieces, some of them just like fall out into the water, and he just lets it go as he's just continuing on. There's no blood around. Actually, the mushrooms seem to have like overtaken the insides of these body pieces. They're kind of bumpy and weird looking. And you guys just kind of float along. You have almost an entire day's of travel. Entire day's worth of travel.
Fungi is just sitting there silently, like on the boat, like perfect boat passenger, taking up as little room as possible, like legs together, like arms at the sides, got their quarterstaff like across their lap and both their hands on it. So they're just like, they're occupying most of a row, but they're just like sitting there.
Rogar's like leaning over the side of the boat as much as possible.
It's leaning. Every time
like,
you lean a little too far, John's like, hey, stop! Hey, sit up!
almost like a dog in the back seat with the windows down.
Your tongue out.
But it's just because of the bodies.
New meaning to catch these hands. Oh my god.
Hash, what is Hash doing for about a day while you guys are traveling amongst increasingly smelly dead bodies?
Mm-hmm.
You guys get a long rest, by the way.
Hell yeah.
She's keeping her self occupied by just checking her attire for any other holes or anything like that. She's trying to keep that still kind of low key, but
yeah, let's
maybe
roll.
if they're not paying attention, she might like, pull out a little needle and start sewing up some stuff.
Totally. You found a little rip in like the seam of whatever pants you're wearing, and kind of recognize that those need to be tailored a bit. So you just plop your leg kind of on top of one of the seats in the boat and begin to sew up your little leg piece that's hold up, kind of tuning out most things. John continuing to row aggressively, murmuring to himself about how he's gonna be the leader and how everything's gonna be just fine and how you guys are gonna kill everything and he's gonna be a free man and is gonna go travel. He starts talking about traveling outside of the continent and going and pillaging and being a horrible little goblin.
Awesome.
With all of his 25 gold.
brazen army. I want to ask. So, Captain.
Captain sounds nice.
What is this master like? Tell me about it.
Ah, she is so pretty. She she came to us like 6 months ago, and she really is really furry, and she doesn't like any dirtiness, no dirtiness, and and she's so aggressive and violent and strong, and she creates us and makes sure that we don't fuck up. We don't have names, because if we have a name, that means we're free, and she has to care about us, and she doesn't want to do that. So we try to be our best our whole lives, and then she's only named one person in 6 months.
And what did that name end up being?
Carrie.
Well, now you the second one.
Yeah, it wasn't by her, and I hope she's gonna be okay with that.
What do you mean? Hates you?
Well, like, I don't know. Last thing I remember is being a pod, and then crawling out of a pod, and then I was there.
Oh.
And then in the room, there's like lots of pods, and they're all green and gross. Like me.
Guys, does she?
Rogar, specifically, you can roll a history check on that.
12.
Yeah, you kind of recognize that process of how, like, your ancestors were kind of crafted. For, like, taken from other races, molded in these pods, and grown, essentially, into something new.
Is that like a known current thing, or is that just like a...
It's a story from your ancestors.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And not active anymore, because those ancestors have procreated enough to where there are now half everythings. There's an orc and something.
This master, does she have pointy ears?
Yeah. But I have pointy ears.
It's
You have
true.
pointy ears.
Yeah, but you don't have a lot of fur.
True. I'm very short, though.
Ashladun, does that remind you of the Elswin? 6 months ago.
What does the master only allow you to call her the master?
Yes. She doesn't have a name, like any of us.
Interesting.
She said she was going on. Oh, I can't say that.
I mean, hold on a second. Are you not soon to be the master?
You're right.
So why are you not saying things that you want to say?
The master would say things.
Say things. You're right. Yep. She came on a pilgrimage. She said that her sister went to the other side of the mountains and that she was stuck here, and so she was upset that her sister got chosen to go to the other side of the mountains, and that she was going to kill everyone. And so that's why I'm here, and that's why all of us are here. And well, I think, I don't know.
Well, I can tell you that's not why I'm here.
That's not why I'm here either.
Why are you guys here?
Bear looks at Fungi.
You know,
Because you have a boat.
Because I have a boat and
I mean,
gold.
you're the master. How do you
And-
know we weren't drawn here because of your desires to no longer be under someone else's thumb.
Because I feel like everyone feels that way. And that's never
Maybe.
happened for anyone except me.
Do you know anyone the master has created that likes being underneath her thumb?
No. Everyone wants her dead, but they can't fight her. She's too strong. We've tried to revolt. That
And what
didn't end well.
happened?
I had to get new family members.
Interesting.
What if the master was gone? Would do the same things that you do now, or would it be new things?
Well, there's a goblin who thinks that we were taken from other towns across the area and turned into these monsters. So, if they're right, then I have someone somewhere who is missing me, and I could go find them and tell them I'm a big monster now, and then maybe I can die at their hands instead of hers. Or they could join my pirate crew.
They think you are taken from towns and turned into goblins.
Yeah. There's one of the goblins is really tall, like really tall and really big, and so they were, and I'm really short, so they said that I'm a gnome, and I was like, I don't know what a gnome is. That's not real. And they said that they were a Goliath, and that's not real either. We're all just goblins, or we're not.
Interesting. Well, I suppose we're going to learn a lot about your master and yourself once we get to where we are going, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm trying.
You see, he's just sweating while he's rowing.
Would you like a little bit of something to eat, perhaps?
I can only eat two things.
What does that
And that's-
mean?
Poop and grass.
Who said that?
The master.
Well,
So it's not that you physically can't, it's that you're only allowed to?
Yeah.
She makes a show.
Not anymore. I'm gonna have steaks. I'm gonna have a steak made out of her fucking legs.
And he just starts getting super aggressive and starts rowing faster again.
I offered.
poor goblins.
For the most part, you all have never seen a goblin before, aside from this adventure that you're on right now.
They all like this then.
And that steak is gonna be so good that John, the shiny boat keeper of the bodies and master of everything, he has
excuse me?
he has leg
I
steaks
believe-
every day.
I believe it is John the shiny boatman who carries the dead bodies and is the master, and anyone who doesn't call you that will be murdered and put to the stake.
Does that mean that I have to murder myself and put myself on the stake because I didn't call myself the name I said I wanted to be called?
Let's revisit that
Nice.
when we get where we're going.
Starts like confusing face, starts rowing a little slower, but still rowing.
What they've put to this steak means leg
You
steaks.
get put in front of the leg stakes.
Mm.
And just as you guys are kind of talking about these leg steaks, you guys,
Oh, BT up.
yeah, no, you're covered in viscera essentially right now at your feet, and like this is disgusting. And at this moment where you're talking about like being put to the stake, you see actually some spike like sitting in the river, kind of hanging over, and it has the head of a goblin on it. And it kind of just looms over. And there's only one as you guys continue to peruse this water going forward.
So
That's
does that
Carrie.
mean-
Oh,
Oh,
And Carrie's free, right? Um,
Ashley just disappears.
oh. Are we close? Are we almost there?
I think we're almost there.
Looks up at the sky.
Yeah, like 10 more minutes.
Fungi, what is Fungi thinking?
Fungi is thinking that they have no idea how creatures communicate with each other. Because there's a lot of lying and misdirection going on here.
That's fair.
Yep. Yeah, very fair. This is, well, I've never been on a boat, but this is the worst boat ride of my life.
The worst! I thought I was going as fast as possible.
No, you're lovely, Captain. But the rest of the crew is not as lively.
I apologize, Rogar. I appear to be preoccupied.
Oh, no. Not you, my friend.
Oh, I misunderstood. I apologize.
You, I meant our other friends and folks at that body.
yes.
See.
We don't make a habit of traveling in spaces with a lot of viscera and body parts. Yeah.
I do that every day. Well, a lot more lately. There's been lots and lots of things attacking each other. And it's usually not us attacking them as other stuff attacking us. It's kind of scary, but, whatever. It is what it is. I have my boat and my water that no one can get in because I grew a plant.
Because you grew a plant.
Yeah, if you put your hand in the water, it'll burn.
Oh, yes. Did you grew these?
Yeah, I made it. Concocted. Yeah, I made it. And I took a plant and I cut out some stems and I put it in another stem and then I put it in the ground and then it popped out and it burst on fire. And I was like, well, that doesn't work. I have to try something else. So I tried it and then I did the same thing except I put it in water underground in the water and then it's been growing across my entire river and now I can say that it's my river.
Incredibly smart.
Yeah, the big goblin that I told you about before told me that that comes from my brain, but only my brain. But that's because my family was smart. Clearly, I wasn't that smart though, and I'm not that smart now. I'm trying my best.
You're doing pretty great. I mean, you have a boat, you have a plant, you have us.
A crew, haha.
What do you call this plant?
Red.
It is red.
It is red in color.
Oh, I could name it. I could call it John's Waterfire.
Waterfire.
John's Waterfire.
Love it.
That means maybe I give up the whole pirating life and I become a merchant. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun.
And he starts rowing faster again.
You did get some gold to start yourself out with, so pretty good idea.
John's Waterfire. Oh my gosh.
You could sell the water fire and probably make a pretty good amount of money, don't you think?
Money.
So many shinies.
What a great decision.
And as he's kind of rowing, you guys start to see kind of like a looming sort of castle in quotes. It's made of logs, very much like Lincoln logs. It's a very cabin-like feature. It doesn't have any spikes outside. There was just the one with Carrie's head on it that you guys saw. And this water, this boat, seems to have its own path that goes directly through the center of this this area, and it's pretty large actually. It's about 100 feet in all directions, and you find that as the boat kind of arrives, John, the newly appointed John, he looks up and then speaks things in Goblin, and the little wall begins to rise, and the water rushes in, and that kind of pushes the boat further inside.
And all right, is it time? Is the murder time? Because
you guys are kind of in this small space. It looks like it's draining of water very slowly, like a channel.
Listen,
And
John,
Huh?
did you want to help with the murder time? She's very quiet.
You said I wasn't going to be involved.
I said you didn't have to be involved. Now
Oh.
I'm asking, do you want to be involved?
Yes.
Yes.
In fact,
Great.
it was really, really what I wanted to do. But I would like to get the last blow.
Okay, then I need you to do me this one favor.
mm-hmm.
Don't say anything about the murder until I start attacking. Okay?
Okay. I feel like I should go tell my wife.
No, don't tell your wife.
I should tell my best friend.
No. Like I said, don't say anything about the murder until I start attacking.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, my normal path that I take every day is to get out of the boat, go to the kitchen, and go drop the food off into the pile. So I gotta go do that. If I do anything differently, I feel like it's gonna be weird. So
You can do everything normal, but one more time, look at me.
looking.
Don't say anything about the murder until
My wife knows.
no,
Oh, okay.
I start attacking.
You. Not him?
Pointing at
'Cause
Rogar.
We can't. Nope. We can't let you have the last blow for sure if you tell everybody that what we're doing.
Mhm.
Because I have a plan. And if
The plan.
you tell other people about the murder, then my plan doesn't work.
What's the plan?
The plan is simple.
Simple.
She does not explain further.
Rogar's leaning in and looking at Ashladoon.
Simple murder. Got it. Don't tell
But,
anyone.
like I
Wait till
said-
you attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody.
Hush. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. All right. Well, the water's out. The water's out. The water's out. We gotta. Bodies.
Open to go
Bodies.
open. Oh.
Bodies. Act dead. Act dead. Act dead. Act dead. Someone's coming.
Okay.
And as you guys hear, like, kind of a stomping as the door kind of to this channel area flies open. Do you guys act dead?
Absolutely. Absolutely, she does.
Fun guy. You do? I'm so surprised. All right, let's roll for performance.
Oh, good.
As this goblin comes in, this larger goblin.
One guy just kind of like slumps their head forward, but since they don't have muscles, they're basically in like the low power mode
Goes into
That
rest
they use
mode.
for sleep.
Okay.
And just kind of like slumps over.
Okay. The little fairy next to you just leans over your leg.
You got a 16?
17.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 for 15.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, this larger goblin comes in, not as large as a Goliath, but very muscly. comes in, speaking clear Goblin to John. And John is handing body pieces and kind of waves over you guys' bodies. Not them. Nope. And is like, it kind of picks up Rogar's arm and kind of goes, pointing to the large goblin and then pointing to Rogar. The large goblin kind of comes over, stomping. He's very broad, very dwarf-like, in fact, but pretty tall, about 5'5", I would say. He comes over, very stocky, and grabs Rogar's body, and picks you up flawlessly, slinging your body over his shoulder. Let's roll a performance check as your stomach hits his shoulder.
Okay. Waiting.
How do you hold your breath? Do you hold your breath?
7.
You kind of give off a little, and the goblin, like, pats your back and says something to John, and John's like, and kind of miming to the goblin. The goblin just shrugs, and you can feel it in your stomach. And it kind of takes you through this door into a dark hallway. And John looks and says,
So I messed up the plan already.
I thought so.
I said that the big one was food, and he's going to the kitchen, and that's where a lot of the what do I do? 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 Do I tell my wife?
All right.
Do I tell? I think I need to tell I need to tell my friends. I need to get everyone down here. We need to have a revolt.
Okay, now listen.
he's kind of like panicking.
You are meant to be the master, correct?
Right.
So, I said earlier not to tell anybody.
I didn't tell
We're
anyone.
going to change
I said that you were food.
Yes. Now I need you to tell everybody that today is the last day the master controls all of you.
Okay.
Tell
Well,
literally everyone to leave the 3 of us alone. And
Okay.
we will help you get rid of the master.
okay. Got it.
Now.
Kind of cut. He runs off, but he like grabs body parts before he runs off. And because he's still like, I need to do my job. I need to do my job. So he's like, So cut to Rogar getting kind of dragged down this hallway. Do a perception check
I was
with
gonna say, eyes, like,
disadvantage.
peeking open,
Yeah, you're kind of
like-
upside down in someone's back, but you're still trying to look around. So
Yeah.
do it with disadvantage.
Okay, that's a 4 and a 20, so nice. But we get 6.
Okay, so you kind of see like you're passing along a lot of walls, a lot of windows, and you see a couple goblins passing by you, and they all seem to greet each other in the same way. They hit each other really hard in the shoulder. Like, one of them passes by and like punches you in the shoulder, but it's like a tiny little goblin and you don't flinch. And you're kind of trying really hard to act dead on this goblin, and he's carrying you, and you see you've made a couple turns and you're officially lost. You tried really hard to track where you were, but then suddenly you are flopped back onto your back. And are your eyes open?
Me at this point? Yeah, probably.
Okay, so immediately you see like cutlery, you see ladles, you see cutting boards, and you see a bunch of really tall, thin goblins in chef outfits, kind of walking around. They're like looking at you, poking you in the stomach. Let's do another performance check.
Well, okay. And then we'll see.
I mean, do whatever you're doing. But if if you are continuing to be dead, then performance check.
I rolled a 3, and then my thing was gonna be that like, well, this isn't going to work out, and then sits up on the table.
And this goblin with a ladle just holds it towards your face, like right at your nose. Huh?
Hey, it's easy. Hey, I'm here for the master.
Master.
Master,
Master.
yes.
Master. Master.
Yes. I try to get the distance. However, like
Well,
kind
you're
of
kind of like
scooting back on the table.
you see that you're kind of scooting into another goblin that's sitting there holding a knife, like a flaying knife.
I try to speak in orc, maybe.
Okay.
I'm I'm here to see the master.
I wanted you to roll a luck chance.
Okay, just
D100. We're gonna give it to a % chance that someone in this room speaks orc.
a 99.
Amazing. In orc, a very large, like orc-like goblin figure comes up.
What brought you here?
We're here to free you.
And as you say we're here to free you, we cut back to the chamber room, essentially, where the channel room, excuse me, where you guys still have a couple viscera body pieces in your boat, but the boat has officially hit the floor. And near you are like 2 sets of stairs that go out 2 different wings. And you guys did see, if you had any eye open, did you guys have an eye open? Yeah.
Chips definitely did.
Always sleeping with one eye open. You saw Rogar be pulled out the left door.
Warforged are completely aware when they're in their standby mode, so I saw everything.
Perfect. So you saw that Rogar was picked up. John was like trying to convince this goblin that he's not a body piece and that he's actually dead and it needs to be taken to the kitchen or something. And is pulled out the left door. So you guys recognize that. You have a couple body pieces, as I said, but there's nothing really else in this room. And you told John to go run around and tell people that today is the last day that the master is going to be the master. And to not bother you guys.
It seems as though the plan is set in stone. Shall we go retrieve Rogar?
Yes, expediently.
Yes.
How high, Jen, is it for us to get out of this boat now that it has hit the proverbial floor?
There's some stairs that lead to the floor, so there's no like effort needed to like leave this area.
Gonna go ahead and it's not concentration, so gonna cast Longstrider on both myself and on H.
Okay.
And
10 plus movement, plus 10 movement.
yeah, gonna just go ahead and Naruto run towards the correct path.
All right. So you guys begin running out the door, and you're kind of brought to a large hallway. The hallway is very dim and full of just these large dark wood planks that fill everything. Everything is so drab. There is a single like carpet that is completely covered in mud that is made of like bamboo shoots and things like that, and it's just completely awful. You kind of continue walking or running, and you find yourself in a T. Going left or right?
So I believe I remember, not intentionally. I didn't try to remember. So I'm gonna say evens is right,
Okay.
odds is left. And
Okay.
I rolled. What did I roll? I rolled a 1. That's odds. So that's
And
left.
Left. All right. So H, you also going left? All right. So you guys continue around left, and
He's
you're
behind.
immediately met by John.
You guys left really fast. I haven't talked to anyone yet.
Where's the kitchen?
Oh, where's the kitchen? And he kind of points behind him, just a long hallway behind him. That way.
Well,
I don't know.
you continue the pot that I gave you. We're going to the kitchen.
I'm trying. You're running. You're going so fast. I'm trying my best. He starts like shuffling between his feet and runs
John, did
down
you tell
the.
your fucking wife? Oh no!
Ah, yes, I did. I'm sorry. She'd be so mad at me if I didn't tell her immediately.
No, I told you to tell everyone, so you
Oh.
talk to someone.
I talked to my wife. I just said I talked to my wife.
Is she going to talk to someone?
No, she's hiding under the bed.
Okay, John, hurry. And then she just like fucking
Right.
just like jukes past him. And
Goes
just, like,
past him
takes
as you
off.
guys are running, and John begins running off the other direction. And you guys continue down the hallway straight, passing several different cutoffs, but you make it to another T of left and right. There's nothing else seeming around you. There is a sconce to the right and one sconce to the left, and there's a carpet on the floor to the right.
Are either of the sconces lit, or both of them lit?
Both of them are lit.
Gonna go with the one that doesn't have carpet.
That does not have carpet. Okay, so you start running down. The floor quickly turns to like a tile substance. Definitely very like limestoney and shiny. Covered in dirt, just absolutely covered in dirt. Well, you can assume it's dirt at least. And you begin to smell rank scents of poop. As you guys continue running. And back inside the kitchen, the orc person, orc goblin, orc speaking goblin, geez, Jen, looks down at you, kind of laying on the table. What do you mean?
The master has kept you here, fed you poorly, and not allowed you to be free. I'm here to free you.
What's my name?
How many are there, by the way?
There's about 4 chefs in this kitchen. They're all like at a different station, but all the stations are just absolutely covered in brown.
Your name will be Paul. And you? Ringo. And you, over there, George.
Yes?
And you can be Pete.
And he kind of points, and you hear the names in a different like language, probably Goblin. And he says,
Paul, Ringo, George, Pete. Wait, no. Paul, wait, no. Who's who?
Paul, Ringo, George, and Pete.
Paul, Ringo, George, Pete.
and he repeats it in Goblin back to them, and they're all like,
Yes.
they take off their chef hats, and they're like, fuck this place.
Yes.
And they're like, ah, with their little knives. And you hear them chanting their names that they have. Paul, 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 Ringo, Ringo, Ringo.
Listen.
George, George, George.
You should find John. He carries the
John?
bodies from the river.
Who's John?
Oh, the boatman.
The boatman. John the boatman.
The boat. John. John is part of the resistance.
Yes. Let's find him. Tell everyone.
The chefs leave you completely alone, and as you guys are running down the hallway, you're open with this you are met with this open door that leads to, you see Rogar in the back on a table, just like sitting in the back with these goblins rushing out the door towards you guys, and the fairy kind of hugs onto Fungi's neck as these goblins appear out of this door, and they immediately stop what they're doing and look at you, look back at Rogar, and look at you, and hold up the knives.
They're friends. They're part of the band.
Band?
The band of resistance.
And an orc says,
Band?
The band of resistance. The uprising.
Uprising.
in orc. Do either of you guys speak Orc as well?
Nope. I speak handful of languages. None of them are orc.
They're friends. They're friends.
Triple H sees that Rogar seems to be okay,
Yeah.
and does not. She just stands there, like she doesn't have her axes in her hand or anything. She's just like staring around.
That they're just staring back.
Go find
With the
John.
knife.
Oh,
John!
John,
They are,
John! Find John. She says,
Let me roll a die. They sprint past you, all of them speaking Goblin. I'm just rolling the worst right now. They sprint past you, just following the instructions, and they run and sprint down the hall. You just see them like bashing into the walls as they're running, and you guys are left in a kitchen full of rank smelling poop.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I
you don't want
think
to. You don't want to stay for dinner, no?
We're not even going to joke about that. Let's get the fuck out. And she like retraces her steps to get back to that tea, like where she saw the carpet, because now she's thinking she saw carpet. That's probably someplace cozier.
Okay.
one guy
No,
kind
I'm
of like
following.
Fungi kind of like turns towards you, H, and kind of like in a hunched over, like poor imitation of a human holding themselves, goes,
nom 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 nom.
Oh no.
She
Not
stops.
the poop.
She stops and goes, "We don't even have time for me to address that weird fucking thing. Let's go."
So, do you all run? Did you want to do anything in here?
I'll-
Even though
I'll-
it's covered in poop.
No.
I'm good. I don't see any reason why Fungi would want to.
All right. Well, you guys begin to run, kind of backtracking, and did you want to progress onto the carpeted area?
Yes.
I'll keep running with following the two.
So as also, do we want to take a break? Because now would be a good time. Because we're about to go into the back.
Get
half.
to the
Let's take a
exciting
break.
thing and then cliffhanger us.
Yes.
Get to the exciting thing. All right. Well, you guys begin to run down the hallway, and as you kind of break into the only door that is at the end of this carpeted hall, you break into a large kind of throne room that is pristine, amazingly clean. And at the very edge, at the very center of the room, is a very lanky, beautiful tabaxi, fully black in color, holding poor little John by his ears, then slits his throat. Then it's time to roll for initiative.
Is this where we're taking our break?
We can take a break and we'll come back. Poor John. Poor John. I'm
He would have killed us
sorry.
given the
Rip,
fucking
rip,
chance.
rip,
I have
rip.
no hard feelings
I
about
know.
that. I'm playing a robot without emotions, and I'm allowed to play it like that as well.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a short break just to use the restroom, grab water, things like that. We're going to come back with our little battle with our Tabaxi witch, which you guys know is possibly a witch because it's a female Tabaxi, and you were told 2 games ago that all the female Tabaxis in the town are witches, or at least sorcerers in some way. So, see you in a second.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye. And the letter's like slowly getting more smudged. Do you make sense of this? There's something in your mouth. And Ari will jump up and is trying to take it off.
As soon as it comes off, He goes, oh, thank goodness. I haven't seen anybody in 3 days. Oh, my God. Oh, that's a letter. I think I can read letters. But it looks like in common. And, okay, so I don't know what a ram is. And it looks like there's a thing that's going to kind of smush. So I don't know if I can tell you what a ram is. But my uncle, I think he had a ram once. But then, he caught him and he was dead real quick. That's where you get started with.
Well, I'm 6 strokes in and I haven't moved from the start. This is
Nice.
That May? Yeah, you.
Well, I mean,
You attacked us, and you have more tears on your face than the person who died.
did you watch him kill everyone?
Oh yeah. No, I didn't. But I've seen it before with animals. I killed a man.
I watched you kill like 7 of us.
He's just like, he's significant. You hear a voice, very gentle in your head. You feel a soft, cool tingle sort of run down your spine. It says, "Child of Timora."
What is this?
Who is this? Which god is this?
Well, I know who Timora is, but
no,
like,
I know, but this is not Timora.
How did you get this number?
This new phone. Who knows?
Mixed in with like, you ain't shit, you never been shit, you never will be shit, in an attempt to overwhelm someone that she can either, just stumble over, like doing mind stuff, because Riot knows that mental things take a lot of foundations before you can actually start influencing other people, but Veronica doesn't know that because she's new to this shit. And I also want her to overreact. So,
We are the cult of Zoe. We always sing her praise. And if you think we can't, we'll torture you for days.
Feel it.
And that's why the people of this plane believe in Zoe, or else they get slain.
And eaten.
Shivers, literal chills.
And each one of them is holding an empty beaker of V24.
Or nor Cleor.
oh shit.
I've only heard them say that one other time, and that means, oh fuck. We're done. We have to fight.
Are we making this canon?
Yeah. Or nor Cleor. Oh fuck. So you only mess with the face? Excuse me.
Highlight depends.
Yeah, you can't make them.
I want a thick girl.
Yeah, that's
Don't
the
we
grape.
all?
I'm upset. I need a big booty or a nothing.
Yeah.
like Nerf, it's big booty or nothing.
Big booty.
What? This is my least favorite hole of all holes.
Who?
Back, and we're Dragon Pond.
We're Dragon Pond's body.
if we could just
Pull it back and forth.
Who's Dragon Pond?
Pull Pond's body. Mine. No, mine. No, mine.
Stop fighting over pond.
Get the what the?
Oh, in the windows.
And the walls.
To the
Something.
what?
Something.
Look it up. I'm just getting hit by a fucking turret. I'm just gonna fall back.
Trying.
About that time, you hear a loud crash from the dance.
Nothing.
Nothing. And Rowan's gonna walk towards whatever that noise was.
Yeah.
Dennis is quickly like picking things up and putting them into his arms, and he kind of like wheels around and looks at you.
Holding muffins, also looking at you.
Oh.
Nisa, you have like probably one of the best shops around. It's everything's so unique. It's different. It's different, but in a good way. This is ridiculous. My nature's an 18.
Okay, does she want to find a gator?
I think Kildor wants to find a gator.
Roll initiative.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It's very
I don't know about you, but I'm excited too to have Patreons on Feywild and Out's Patreon channel or page or something.
Perhaps rich things don't sit well with me then.
Is it rich things, or could it be?
Are you like Rowan?
Word art, like bubbles, keep like appearing, and you actually watch as Veronica literally has to physically like move them away as they start like overcrowding her. Overruled. All of them just keep crowding in, and she's having to like push it away. And finally, when she does, after like almost like this swarm of like legal terminology, like word art bubbles, are
Fungi smashes the good berry into their face.
Nom.
Does fungi have a discernible jaw that opens, or did you smash it into
It does not open. No.
Okay. Okay. That's what I was checking.
Yeah.
So you just gotta
It's
have like
like
a mouth
Bubba
shape.
berry face, Bubba berry face.
It's like where
Like they're the kitchen.
Yeah, but he did also say that there's like an hour wait before they go to bed, right?
A while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he said
So
the people from the kitchen are gonna be back in about a minute and a half now. He said 2.5 minutes, but it's been some time since you got
Right. So
If we knock
Yeah.
out the people coming back, then we have more time.
either way, we have to wait an hour. So.
Unless we also knock out the guards.
Well, I have a plan for the guards.
Okay.
But
Just splat. Just complete and utter.
I understand. Say no
Yeah.
more.
This is ridiculous. My nature's an 18.
Okay, does she want to find a gator?
I think Kildor wants to find a gator.
Roll initiative.
Oh, okay. Oh.
What? This is my least favorite hole of all holes.
Who keeps on moving?
Mixing with like, you ain't shit, you never been shit, you never will be shit, in an attempt to overwhelm someone that she can either, just stumble over, like doing mind stuff, because Riot knows that mental things take a lot of foundations before you can actually start influencing other people, but Veronica doesn't know that because she's new to this shit. And I also want her to overreact. So,
Get the what the?
Oh, and the windows.
And the walls.
To the.
Splat down. Something.
What?
Something.
We gotta. I'm just getting hit by a fucking turret. I'm just gonna fall back.
I'm trying to.
They're the kitchen.
Yeah, but he did also say that there's like an hour wait before they go to bed, right?
A while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he said
So
the people from the kitchen are gonna be back in about a minute and a half now. He said 2.5 minutes, but it's been some time since you got
Right. So.
If we knock
Yeah.
out the people coming back, then we have more time.
Either way, we have to wait an hour. So.
Unless we also knock out the guards.
Well, I have a plan for the guards.
Okay.
But
Just splat. Just complete and utter.
I understand. Say no
Yeah.
more.
Perhaps rich things don't sit well with me then.
Is it rich things, or could it be?
Are you like Rowan?
Who?
Back And we're Dragon Pond.
We're Dragon Pond's body.
If we can just pull it back and forth.
Who's Dragon Pond?
Mine. No, mine. No, mine.
Stop fighting over pond.
And each one of them is holding an empty beaker of V24.
Or nor Cleor.
Oh shit.
I've only heard them say that one other time, and that means, oh fuck. We're done. We have to fight.
Are we making this canon?
Yeah. Or nor Cleor. Oh fuck. So you only mess with the face? Excuse me.
Highlight depends.
Yeah, you can't make them.
I want a thick girl.
Yeah, that's the grape.
I'm upset. I need a big booty or a nothing.
Yeah.
like Nerf, it's big booty or nothing.
Big booty.
It's very.
I don't know about you.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
Jen has lag.
I did. I'm sorry.
Sometimes the lag is in your head.
It is. Yep, that's me.
Me too.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out for the first half of our game. We kind of ran a little bit long, and I think the last half, depending on how long everything goes, it'll be a little short. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But do we want to give the audience a little bit of a recap of what has happened so far in the straight up shenanigans and wild ride we have been on in this 2-ish hours?
Workers seize the means of production.
They did.
Some of those that create goblins are the same that oppress Tabaxi. I don't know.
Fantastic.
So we commandeered a boat through persuasion. We met a goblin sailing down the river.
We didn't commandeer it. We chartered him.
Oh yeah, we did. We chartered.
We
Yeah.
shared the boat.
Yeah.
We overpaid for that
our
boat.
boat.
So you better pick his pockets.
So the thing is that I didn't get an opportunity to do this because he fucked up the whole thing. But I was gonna pickpocket him after the boat to get our money back.
I figured, but
then
now
all of a sudden,
now
I was
you
like,
just
well, I
got a
wanna see
corpse
where
rob,
this- Yeah.
which is fine as adventurers.
Nah, he probably gave the money to his wife, and you know what? At this point, she might need that 25 gold. So
I feel like she's owed
Jen,
it.
have you
probably
already
at this
rolled?
point.
she might need it.
Have you ever already rolled for kids? Oh wait,
How many kids he might have?
you specified that the orcs couldn't reproduce until they were like half orc, half something else.
Mhm.
So I would imagine they would have to. Is the wife also a goblin?
You haven't seen her.
Okay.
We're still learning.
So 50-50, I'll say.
Yep, we're learning
Butt
the
drop and
consequences
snatch
of our
change.
actions.
Butt drop and snatch change. That's hilarious.
So we chartered the boat, named the captain, John, the
Mhm.
boatman who carries bodies. Master now.
Oh no.
And yeah, so we freed him by giving him a name, and we sailed back.
What if you doomed George and John because of what you named them? John's already dead.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about everybody.
I'm worried for George now.
As you should be.
Paul, Roscoe, George, and Pete.
Ringo.
Yeah.
Ringo, not Roscoe. My bad. Paul,
I was-
Ringo, George, and Pete.
Yep.
Good stuff.
And our little lovely band who I wanted to name the wife also. If that came up. I was hoping it could be Yoko Ono.
That'd be fucking adorable.
That was the hope. But
It took me a second to realize.
That's the
I was like, why
Tabaxi's
didn't he-
name.
I was like, why didn't he finish naming the Beatles? And I was like, oh, because of John.
I was like, yes. But yeah, so we got back, pretended to be corpses. I pretended to be food, I guess.
For at least 5 seconds.
For at least 5 seconds, but the goblins seem very on board with uprising. You know, taking control, seizing the means of production back from the master. So
true.
So they are on their
proud.
way to start a revolution.
They are.
Comrades.
Well, as you guys were giving John orders, you don't know what he did, but he obviously did something wrong because he fell into the hands of the striking Tabaxi witch that is in the throne room. You guys find yourself in a like 50 by 50 room. Like, it is huge, and she's standing on a throne at the very edge. There's a few statues along the way and a couple sconces. The statues all depict basically nothing. There's like crabs and wolves and other sources of animals. There's a long stretching carpet in the room, and John, ears in hand, was slit in the throat. Oh boy, fucked that up. There we go. Slit, his throat was slit. And we have to roll for initiative.
Right.
As the witch touches herself, and you see stretching from her hands a purplish glow kind of cover her entire body.
Right. That this music title wasn't relevant, Jen.
In this specific instance, I lied.
13.
What did you get, H, for
13.
initiative? 13? Okay.
Is that? Hold on.
We got 9.
Okay. Perfect. 9. And fungi.
19.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Let me roll for 16, so she'll be after fungi. All right. Fungi, you bust into the room, 50 by 50 square, lots and lots of kind of statues, carpeting, and this ominous yet strikingly beautiful tabaxi, fully colored black in fur, stands.
Fungi does kind of the usual thing, assumes a stance with the quarterstaff, and simultaneously kind of strikes the ground with the staff, but puts their head down at the same time, and it begins to rain these spores around them. The glowing purple eyes, the darkness shading their face from the sun hat-esque mushroom atop their head, and the mushrooms just cover the staff, and cast symbiotic, or use the ability symbiotic entity to use wild shape to do the mushroom form stuff, and cast Shillelagh as a bonus action.
Okay. So you're kind of just preparing
How
yourself.
far away is she?
She is 50 feet away. You guys are standing at the door.
50 feet away? Okay. I will also go 10 feet forward and then like 20 feet to the left or to the right if there's room. I don't exactly know the layout of the room since we're not using
Just
the
a
map.
big square. So we'll just do 50 each direction from the center.
Basically, I'm just trying to not be in their way and still be able to get to her on my next turn with my 40
Kind
feet
of going
movement
off like
from the-
30. Are you 40 feet right now? Because you're long strider, or is that gone
yes.
now? Okay.
It lasts for an hour, so if the whole thing with all
Okay.
of that took an hour, then it's gone. But
Okay, so you kind of run into the room, walk stoically, robotically into the room, off to the right side of the room. You're 10 feet from her, diagonally to her right, to her left, your right, and that brings us to her, who almost immediately holds out these long, skinny fingers and holds up a number 3. And then as she scratches the air, 3 magic missiles fly out from these magical scratches and targets each of you. One targets each of you. So let me grab a d4 for the magic missile. Number 1 onto Fungi gets 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
Yep. Triple H gets 2 points of damage, and Rogar gets 4 points of damage.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that brings us to Triple H. A magic missile kind of flies through, kind of making a sharp whistle as it pierces. It's very small, but it begins to burn a little bit inside your skin. Triple H.
Okay, so as a free action, she's going to yell. I feel like Hawkfeather would be disappointed in you.
She doesn't seem to respond, but she kind of glances in your direction and furrows her brows.
And with that, she will kind of like flick at the magic missile that hit her to kind of like get that off.
Little shrapnel piece falls to the floor.
She'll cast Hex as a bonus action. I'm gonna take that dexterity. So Hex and that dexterity there.
Okay. And that's disadvantage on dex.
Mm-hmm.
And
then she is going to aim and fire off an Eldritch Blaze.
Okay. And as you raise any sort of hand and the Eldritch Blast forms, you see her swipe the sky and you're unable to cast your spell. Wow. Just this one. You got counterspelled.
Okay.
Dang.
Any other actions?
Okay. She's going to move to, I'm assuming her left to where one of these statues is, but she's gonna keep like I'd say 10 feet behind it.
Okay.
Just in case it topples towards her or like,
sure,
I don't know, fucking comes alive or some bullshit.
Yeah.
She's not gonna like hook herself like right up against it. She's trying to make sure that if this fucking witch doesn't knock it over or some shit, it's gonna fall on her.
I get
She's
that.
kind of trying to use it to to give herself some sort of coverage.
A little bit of cover. Okay, perfect. Rogar.
Right.
Kind of being pierced by a small little missile. You feel it kind of burning in your skin. And you saw Triple H attempt to kind of like cast and then was shaken and they went off to the side. Fungi already in the room, ready.
Right. Is it hurting me or is it just it's
It burned you. It's very small damage.
Cool. He's gonna shrug it off and you killed Hawkfeather, and he's going to go into a rage as begin rushing forward. But he's gonna stop at 30 feet and duck behind a pillar and then draw his bow back and then let loose an arrow.
Okay.
Or you kill Hawkfeather. What did I say, John?
You killed Hawkfeather, apparently.
Just kidding. Retcon. John.
You killed John. Okay, got it. I was like,
I had
roll a deception.
I had Hawkfeather on the mind.
Hawkfeather is worth it.
Yeah. Always in my mind. Always. Let's see. 17 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Nice. 5 damage.
Okay. She kind of screeches out as it hits her body and kind of pierces. You see like the force just blowing out the billowing of her wizard's coats. Any bonus actions or anything else? You bonus action
no,
rage.
bonus
Anything
move,
else?
Action done.
All right. That brings us back to Fungi. You're 10 feet from her to the right.
Oh, well, alright. It's fine.
It's fine.
Gonna go ahead and charge her, and
Okay.
gonna go ahead and swing for the fences. So with my magic quarterstaff, plus 6, so 18
To hit?
to hit. Mhm.
That hits.
Cool. Does 12 magic damage and then 1 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And okay, I'll do that next turn. I don't believe I have any other bonus actions that I can do. So she's safe for now until her turn, and then I will hit her again.
Okay. Well, that's her turn. Next.
All right. I'm going to hit her. But not like hit her. I'm going to hit her. Oh, wait. I forgot.
Hit her. I'm going to hit her.
I'm gonna hit her, but not hit her.
I don't like her, but I like her.
I like
Yeah, you know
her.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
I
won't
feel you.
feel me.
I feel you. Got it.
It does. Sorry, 3 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Oh, it's if it fails a con saving throw.
Oh,
so
con
DC
save.
14.
Should have picked Constitution. I always pick Dexterity for a fool.
That is a 17
Okay.
con save.
She
So
saved.
no damage taken on that?
No damage.
Was that for the last one as well?
No, the last
Okay.
one was part of my attack.
Cool, perfect. Okay. So as you attempt to hit her, she backs up in reaction, essentially, from getting damaged. She holds her head from the necrotic kind of running through her veins and waves her hand kind of in a motion over a small ball that she pulls from her robes, and it glows blue, and all of the pillars in the room glow blue, and she casts Ice Storm, which is a hail of rock-hard ice, pounds to the sides, the walls. It just fills the room in a 20 by 40-foot cylinder from her, reaching everyone, because I think everyone has moved at least 10 feet closer. So hitting everyone. So I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from everyone.
All right. Big cylinder.
It is a big cylinder. Hi, Astrid.
That's an 18 for me.
Okay.
Is an 11.
Okay. So, what is the meet it to beat it? What is it? Where's the numbers? 12. Okay. So, I need some dice.
A lot of dice in that bag, Jen.
A lot of dice, a lot of dice. I need this one, I need this one. Okay. So, if you got under 12, you take full. If you got over 12, you take half, as these ice shards just shoot out from these pillars, kind of in this cylinder space. For flavor, it's coming from the pillars. Let's see. Hoppa. 8. That is 15 bludgeoning damage on full, and then 9 cold damage as well.
So 15 bludgeoning and 9 cold.
15 plus 9. Yep, bludgeoning is the 15 for your halved for your rage, and then the cold does not affect rage. Sorry, doesn't get halved by rage. Perfect. And the hailstorms seem to affect the area, as ice is now cased this room, and everything is difficult terrain.
Awesome.
It was half if we save, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And that will be the end of her turn. That brings us to Triple H. All the floor is icy, so we now have half movement speeds.
Mm-hmm. She's not going to move. She's going to cast Hexblade's Cursed as a bonus action. And here comes the Eldritch Blast once again. That's 18.
Okay. That hits.
Crit. It's max damage, so it's 16. So
All
16
right.
damage.
Perfect. You see this Eldritch Blast kind of catches her off guard as she's looking into this icy ball, crystal ball, and kind of slices. You see fur kind of fly in the air, and it kind of blows and burns. Any other actions for you? Or any bonus actions or any reactions?
So Hexblade's Curse is a bonus action for me, and that was my action, and I did not move, so...
Okay.
There is that.
All right, that brings us to Rogar.
All right, so Rogar, being breathing, just kind of like breathes heavier and kind of lets the heat of his rage fill him, and gains second wind for a bonus action, 1d10 hit points.
Okay.
10 hit point. And then I had moved 30. How close is she? Fairly close.
Yes, you moved prior, and then you also moved again. I would say that you would reach her.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to her, switching out my dropping my bow, switching out, grabbing my pole-armed axe,
Just running while you're moving your arms around your body, pulling all these new items out.
I would say, just so it's not silly, I would throw the bow to the side and then pull out the axe, so it's not like video game swappy. And then pulls out the axe and charges in and goes to swing to bring it down on her.
Okay.
19.
That hits.
Nice. And so that is going to be 8 damage.
Okay.
And the free action. What is your name? I'd like to know the names of my opponents before I kill them.
Wouldn't you like to know?
And that brings us to Fungi.
Well...
And she is bleeding. As she looked at you and said, wouldn't you like to know, some blood kind of spilled from the sides of her mouth. But she's standing stoically. Not ready to fall. But might.
I am going to need a con save from her.
Okay.
Or sorry, no, a wisdom save.
Okay. 15.
All right, she passes. I lose a second level spell slot, and I do nothing on this turn.
All right, well, it's her turn. And she is going to... She's going to take the crystal ball, and it kind of forms into a quarterstaff as she grabs the edge of it, and she's gonna smack Rogar across the face. Oh, with a 19 to hit.
Ooh,
does that hit you?
19 does hit.
That's so funny. Okay. 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And she is going to bonus action Misty Step. So she smacks you in the face. As your face kind of jolts to the side, you look back and she's not there. But Triple H, she appears right next to you with a dagger in hand.
Okay.
And that brings us to you.
All right. Well, the first thing that she's going to do is she's going to be like, Oh, I like that. And she snaps her fingers and casts blur.
Okay, perfect. It's like,
so-
1v1, let's go.
Mhm. And
Okay.
as she does that, she's going to grab both of her weapons because she can do that. And she is going to swing one of them forward, but not in an attack. She's
Okay.
gonna fire an Eldritch Blast off the end of it, like right.
Okay.
Just like fire it off in this bitch's face.
Okay.
Just like,
Are you going to try to like deception, like you're going to swing, but then it comes out the end?
No, it's just like
okay.
it's just like a swing,
Okay.
down point, like not like a deceiving thing. She's just like,
Perfect.
bringing it like straight down and just firing it off like the edge of like the pommel or the
Okay,
the opposite
perfect.
pommel. Oh, Jen. Oh, Jen.
Oh me. Did you roll the hit on that? Or is that just
am.
no, yeah?
That's a 19, which because of Hexblade's curse is a crit.
Let's go.
So,
Auto max times 2.
so that'd be 14, 28 plus 2, 30 damage. I'm gonna say non-lethal specifically on this one,
Well,
unless
it kind of is basically all of her HP, so I don't think you can non-lethally Eldritch Blast her critically.
All right. Well, I just wanted to put forth the effort that she tried.
You did try, but you were too powerful.
So,
and,
knowing that, she's going to say, you know, I really liked John, and then she just like,
and as the Eldritch Blast like takes over her body, you see her kind of burn to a crisp, essentially, and her robes just kind of trickle and fall to the floor as this body kind of splays out, burned, and you murdered her.
Trips is going to approach the body and like do the like 2-finger like check with the axe in her opposite hand, like she's ready to like.
Sure, roll a medicine check. Trying to determine if she's dead.
I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay. I was like, I don't want to roll 2d20, just one, please. 14.
You do not feel a pulse in her neck, so you can determine that she is probably dead.
Okay, and then she's gonna check her to see if there's anything worth keeping.
Sure. Just kind of a quick pat down. She has a wizard's book that is full of spells. And then other than that, she just has like a little vial of some red liquid that is kind of attached to her waist by a rope. And she's just wearing very nice, like deep red robes that are kind of like lined with like gold.
Trips is gonna take that book and the vial.
Don't forget to retrieve your gold from the goblin. John.
So you picked up a healing potion as well. So
Okay, that's okay. Can I roll a deception check real quick?
sure. For what?
I want to have a moment where Fungi says that and it hurts her feelings, but she's trying not to show it, and that's
Okay, yep.
That's a 19 total. So
Yeah, you stone face.
Passive insight is 14, so I don't catch anything.
Damn.
so she's gonna kind of just like nod, and she doesn't have any quips, but she's gonna go and check John's body for the 25 gold.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything in the room? There's some statues, lots and lots of ice that is slowly melting away.
Gonna go ahead and walk over to this tabaxi.
Okay.
Kneel down beside it. Look to H. And say,
Do you truly believe this Tabaxi to be Hawkfeather's mother?
No, I do not. But I thought maybe it would shake something.
One
said that there were two Tabaxi. This one about coming here, another about or being sent somewhere else. Perhaps this was not her.
Perhaps. Maybe. We should ensure that is not the case.
And Fungi will when they got hit with the ice, even though they saved it, got rid of their temp HP, which gets rid of their symbiotic entity. So at that point, they stopped leaving spores all over the ground, and they stopped glowing, and so they're not like leaving a trail of mushrooms at the moment. But they kind of like hold their hand. The staff is in one hand; it's still shillelied, and then the other hand, just kind of passing over them, and mushrooms kind of rise up and surround this Tabaxi, and gonna cast Gentle Repose at 2nd level.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, I can cast it as a ritual, so fuck that. I will take 10 minutes to do so. Or 11 minutes, probably. Oh, never mind. It's a...
I think you can ritual cast it.
Yeah, it doesn't... Oh, it's... Never mind. It's 10 minutes and 6 seconds.
Oh, the 6 seconds.
I was just looking for how long it was going to take, and then I was like,
6 seconds is too long.
10 days. But that's the duration.
No, it keeps it for 10 days. Okay.
Yeah.
And Rogar came up and said, what are you doing?
I'm simply preserving it for means of showing it to the Tabaxi to ensure that it's not Hawkfeather's mother.
What idea?
And if it proves not to be, I will root the spores inside and
should see what the Tabaxi want to do with their... It's he may be one of their people.
And Triple H, you walk over to John's body, and you do not find your gold. But you see on him is a fork with some blood on it. On the very tip pieces, you can gather that he tried to stab her with a fork.
At least he got something. He wanted the last one, but I suppose he got the first instead.
What are we doing here?
helping
We're
the
leaving.
Tabaxi folk. I suppose we're leaving.
And a little head pokes into the room, and you see a very, very short Tabaxi with like not Tabaxi, I'm so sorry, a goblin with their hair like pulled into a little troll doll sort of ponytail, and it's just sticking straight up, just pitch black hair, and their teeth are just crazy, and they have very large lips, and their face is so small that the features on their face are way too big, and they're super skinny and wearing a dress that is made of like a burlap sack, and they kind of look in the room.
Did you get him?
Have you been named?
No.
Triple H is going to
fully in the room.
Yeah, Triple H is going to kneel down and beckon them forward.
Kind of plops like her feet, leaving a little like
Flip, 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 flip.
Am I what?
Can Can I name one of them?
Well, Ringo said that I needed to come check on John because John has name now and John is bleeder now.
John is gone.
Gone, John?
Gun.
I'm afraid so.
Gun died freeing everyone.
John was assassinated.
Well, I don't know what assassinated means, but gone, John. Now, he just gave me all of his money.
Are you his wife?
No! John's always wanted me to be his wife. Did he say that? Oh, John. No, we were created on the same day. And I was like the first thing he looked at. And I knew Common and he knew Common. And then oh no. I don't like him that way, but he never got the... Anyway.
He gave you the gold?
Yeah. He said that we're gonna go sell, firewater. Called John's Firewater. All over the towns.
Do you have interest in doing that?
I have interest in not eating poop and grass all the time.
What say I give you a name?
Well, then I can leave. But kind of like pops her head.
Oh, the master will not stop you from leaving.
She must be taking a nap.
No. And Trips like lifts the Willia Cole in a non-threatening way, and you can see like the smoke from the Eldritch Blast still like coming off of it. She is gone.
You see, she like turns and like kind of darts out the door, but screaming in Goblin. And you hear and see like a bunch of other little goblins kind of running up and like blocking you guys in the room by like piling into the door. You just have all these little heads like looking at the witch that was on the floor. Just wow. Speaking in Goblin, just all sorts of like murmur, and then she kind of slinks back in and stands in front of her Goblin buddies.
Well, they said they all want names.
Well, Roga, you feel like getting creative?
I guess we'll have to. We're all three.
Fungi?
Well,
I would like to name one, yes.
Of course. Will you, once we are done with this new scenario, will you carry this? And she like wants to spit but won't. This wretched witch's body back for the Tabaxi?
I will carry it back.
Well, Roga, I leave this first one to you. I was going to name it something, but I get the feeling you may have a name in mind.
well, we could call you Yoko.
Oh. Like egg yolks.
Yes.
Yoko.
She says her name wrong, and she kind of looks at John's body like in the distance. She goes, kind of like plops, little feety plops over there and has a little moment. And some other goblins are in the room, and this one that is broodingly large, Goliath-sized, just green, the skin kind of wrinkled with Goliath markings, in fact, kind of enters the room.
I am the only other one that speaks common. And I would like a name too.
Do they
And
appear mask or femme?
They appear fairly masculine.
Okay.
Fun guy, do you want to name them?
Oh, sure. I think so.
Kind of looks towards you.
Elefarian Miltith Garrett.
I am so sorry. I don't. Elefarian, no Lithgarian?
Close enough.
Oh. Elefarian, no Lithgarian. Elefarian, no Lithgarian.
You're somehow
chanting
getting
it.
further away. That's fine.
Starts like chanting it, and it's just getting more and more wrong. He kind of like pumps himself up, and then basically all of the goblins get into a single file line at the door, and you guys are kind of trapped in the room with these goblins at the door. And you see Yoko and John kind of having a little moment. She like closes his eyes and like sits by him and just rocks back and forth, seemingly singing some sort of song. And I think that's where we can end it today. As you guys have a pile of goblins looking for names.
Heck yeah. I love it.
That was so fun.
We have, however, unleashed goblins
hello.
on the countryside.
Yeah,
Hi, fungi.
We've just
Well,
released a horde.
I mean, I was gonna have Triple H, tell them or tell the common-speaking goblins to leave the Tabaxi alone, but we can.
You can do that next time too. No worries. Or it could be assumed that can happen totally.
Yeah, I'm fine with however you'd like to roll that.
Since we'll have the group kind of getting back to the Tabaxi town at the start, we can do a little recap of anything that you guys wanted to do or implement before we get there. Totally. I'm down, so you guys can think about it. But this was so much fun.
Yeah.
One of my thoughts was that we named every one of them John, and we set them out into the world. And then anytime we encountered a goblin
if you run into a goblin named John, you know it's the one. You know it's the one that you saved. That is so funny.
They're all just spelled differently, like Gohn, Jon,
And then in a few years, if we do it right, we could set them up to name themselves in like a Nordic or naming convention. Welcome in, Raider!
Oh, welcome in.
-2 charisma. Welcome in, friends.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you so much for coming in. Hello. We were just wrapping up our game, kind of chatting about what was happening and how we were feeling. We had a game that was on track, but did a whole lot of this. a whole lot of this.
We got the right solution, but we found a creative way to get there.
It was super fun. It was nothing that I planned for, of course. And it was super fun. I loved it. But welcome in, Raiders. Are the goblins singing Imagine? Of course. Or they're thinking, it's John. He's got the juice. Never seen a more beautiful
But this is your last warning. Should we go around and say who we are real quick for the lovely Raiders?
Yes, absolutely. Please do.
Right,
Start with you.
I'll kick it off because since I offered it up, I don't want to be that person that's like, you do this idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone. I am your favorite burb on the internet. You can call me a Black Sparrow. I am a Twitch streamer, an entertainer. I do stuff on stage, and I am here Mondays at Feywild and Out. You can find me typically on Wednesdays at twitch.tv/ablacksparrow. And then I do a podcast on Fridays called Amelia and Sherrick, What Are You Doing? And that is anchor.fm/ASWAYD, I believe. And SherrickRobinson.com is where you can find me. I hang out with lovely people like Suddenly a Hero.
Hey, it's me. I'm lovely. I'm Suddenly a Hero. I am a streamer. I stream Sundays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We play a lot of horror games. We do it in a very chill and welcoming environment for everybody. So, if you like scary games and entertaining content. That is the place to go.
Yeah.
Let me pass it along to an amazing friend of mine, George W. Ambush.
Hi, I'm George W. Ambush, and an amazing friend of heroes. I am a voice actor, TTRPG player, streamer, metal vocalist for 15 plus years, and I do metal content and TTRPG content and all kinds of stuff. But I play here every Monday. I play over on Architect Lum over on Tuesdays with the lovely Genus Onlini, who you see here on the screen, and with Pondo, but Pondo's not here today. And then I stream on my own. Sorry, I got very lost in my own thoughts.
It'd be like that.
Yes, I stream on my own channel on Thursdays at 8 p.m. MST. You know who else streams?
Who?
Jenna's online.
Me! Yeah. Hi, I'm Jen. I was the dungeon master today, and I will be for the rest of time, probably. I know. I stream on my channel. Jen is online on Sundays and Wednesdays. I do variety horror content, indie games, charity streams, and all sorts of stuff. I do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons here on this here Twitch platform, including this right now. And on Tuesdays, I'm over on Architect Lum's channel playing a wild magic barbarian named Sunasha, playing with many people who are in this group as well. So it's a blast. And I also have a podcast if you'd like to listen to me talk some more. It's called The Overprepared DM, where I talk to people about how to be a better dungeon master and how to not over-prepare for sessions and how to just roll with it and improv like we did today. And I think this game was so much fun. I hope it was, at least. The internal hating all of your art feelings set in.
Don't worry, I will privately DM Jen in like a half an hour and be like, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for doing this. And
yep. I had so much fun. This is my favorite night. You all are wonderful.
Listen, if I could start an uprising in every game that I played, I would. It was it is one of the best things that you can ever do. Like defeating cults and starting uprisings. That's it.
It's true.
That's it.
The dream.
Yeah.
The
to be an adventurer.
uprising was fantastic. Unexpected and fantastic. And I said during the break, you guys in chat, I said I expected them to just kill this goblin and take the boat because it was an easy target and it was an easy thing. And instead we went on a fantastic adventure.
It was at one point the plan.
It was at first. I mean, yeah. Fun guy was like, I've got shenanigans to do, and then we had much deception rolls and all sorts of stuff. It was a blast.
I had a whole vision of how it was going to play out, and I will go into that during the after game chat, which you'll see on Patreon or YouTube.
Yeah. Be a blast. We do love to post our after game chats within a week on Patreon to just kind of go over kind of some of the themes that we had and what people's ideas were, and more in-depth stuff that takes a lot of time at the end of a game. So yeah, we're gonna go record that.
Don't fret if you don't want to spend money. We totally understand that. So the after game chats will be available without you having to spend any doll hairs. You just have to wait a little bit longer. So
yeah, like a 30-day window or something.
And we're getting caught up on some of the old ones and some of the ones that we had for like the one shots where we weren't sure if we were going to upload them yet. We weren't sure what we were doing them. So check out the YouTube.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Please check us out. We all do lots of stuff, and we love spending time with you.
Damn.
So thanks for being here. Today we are going to be raiding over into some lovely friends who are wrapping up a 100+ episode campaign tonight. So we're gonna go give them some luck and love over at Blackwater D&D. And they ran a game for us during our 24-hour charity stream that we did. So you guys probably will recognize their lovely faces. We're gonna go say hey over to them, and let's get a raid phrase out here. What should we raid with? Rip John.
I
What
mean,
was
I
John's
put his-
title? We
Oh,
should.
goblins seizing the means of production.
Our goblins
Yeah,
are here
I
to seize
like
the
that
means of
one.
production.
Otherwise, there's his full name, so you can
Amazing.
cut
Yep.
part of it if you want.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
We are John
There's
the
the little
Shiny
raid.
Boatman. Yeah, there you go.
There's 2 of them. There you go, guys. So we will see you guys next Monday. We will have the return of Pond and Jade, my left and right friends on the sides of me. And we'll continue on. We're going to bring the group back together, and they get to divulge their adventure that they just went on to 2 other members. So we will see you guys later. We're gonna go raid on over into Blackwater D&D, so we'll see you over there. We're gonna hang out for a bit before we pop off for the night. Much love. Take care of yourself. Have some water. Take your medicine.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Love you all. Good night.
Bye.